All right. Hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today we're going to be talking about Crash. I wonder why we're going to talk about Crash. Today we're talking about Crash because in my margin portfolio, I decided to buy 100 shares. As you could see, I'm going to go over my average share price, which is $5.85. I want to compare that to the current share price and as well how I believe TSLY might perform in relation to Tesla. I want to talk about what I think is going on with Tesla because I'm starting to see a pattern here with Tesla. I've been following Tesla for a very long time. Of course, I was a holder of TSLY for a very long time, so I understand how a Yieldmax ETF kind of plays into Tesla's movements. I see something here that kind of caught my eye, and it was the reason why I decided to buy Crash. And so in this video, I want to talk about my position, what I plan to do in the future with this ETF in my portfolio, and how I plan to use this ETF to capture the downside on Tesla if Tesla is going to fall. So if that does sound good, we're currently up to 6,613 subscribers, 455 subscribers in the past 28 days. That is awesome, guys. Thank you to everyone who's new, who's enjoying the page, and who subscribed. And of course, if you guys like this video, that really helps out the channel as well. So right now we're in my margin account at a new all-time high. That's awesome. We love to see it. Of course, we're up 3.26% all time, which is not that crazy. We're going to be pouring a lot more cash and a lot more money into this portfolio so we could take advantage of opportunities like the opportunity that I believe that's presenting itself within Tesla. The reason why I bought Crash today is because I want to get into Crash and I want to get into Fiat. For those of you that don't know, Fiat is the other short ETF this is for Coney. But the reason why is because I believe there's a huge bull run in Tesla right now, which could potentially crash. And as well, we have Bitcoin, which I believe will potentially crash because things don't just go up, guys. There's rocky periods where things go up, they shoot up, they're very bullish, and then could potentially be very bearish. And in Tesla's case, we've seen this time and time again. On the 1 year calendar, we could see Tesla's had a huge run up. They pretty much had the entire year at about $180 price point and then shot all the way up to almost $500. I've watched a lot of different YouTubers and got a lot of different opinions, and a lot of people think Tesla's going to go up to $500 and potentially rebound off that or go higher. Nonetheless, $500 is going to be a huge resistance barrier, and you could see just even as we're slowly approaching it, it's already having a little bit of a pullback, which is going to be a bit of a mental thing for Tesla. But why do I mention this? I mention this because if I could potentially look to short Tesla, I like to capture the downside. And I say this because every time Tesla's had a huge run up, you look back to 2021 and 2022, and even certain periods in 2023 where Tesla's had these big, fast, and steep run-ups like we see here in 2024 going into 2025, it's always followed with a downtrend. And I do believe Tesla is not immune to these downtrends because it's such a heavily traded stock. Tesla, although a car company and although followed by many analysts and has great fundamentals, it is still a heavily traded stock. You can use it for day traders and whatnot, but this means that when momentum's with Tesla, it's very bullish and it moves very strong. And then when it's against Tesla, it's very bearish. In the past couple of years, we've seen Tesla rise to $300, fall back down to $200. That's a 33% drop. We've seen it go from $200 all the way up to $400. It's a 100% gain and then fall all the way back to $105. That's a 75% drop right there in the span of a year. And so just to kind of put in perspective, when Tesla falls, it falls extremely hard. And personally right now, I'd much rather be buying Crash than buying TSLY at these Tesla prices. I don't necessarily think Tesla has that much more room to run up, but let's say it does, because when we're investing, you need to think of both sides. Look, you're never going to be 100% correct when you're investing. Tesla could potentially hit $500 and push through. So what did I do? I only bought $500 worth, which is 100 shares. See here, $584 is my market value. Why did I do that? It's because that is not going all in on Crash. I don't know where Tesla's going to go, but where Tesla goes, I'm going to play it. If Tesla goes above $500, Crash is going to fall more. And I'm going to likely double down on my position by maybe 200 or 300 shares, depending on how high Tesla goes, and look to potentially capture more on the downside from Tesla. If Tesla continues down, then I'm simply going to hold my shares. So it's a matter of playing Tesla. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping in between tabs here. I know you guys want me to kind of stay focused on one. But basically, if we see a downtrend starting in Tesla, I'm not going to touch my shares. My 100 shares are going to stay. But if I see Tesla rise above $500, maybe hit $550, I'm only going to be buying more and more Crash, because based on previous stock chart history, Tesla is known to have these huge downtrends, and I want to capture that. I've been on the losing side of TSLY, and it's not very fun, but what would be nice would be to be on the downside of Tesla when it crashes and you're shorting it to potentially make some money. Now you can see here, I'm already up a little bit because we have our average share price at $5.85. We're currently at $5.88, which is nothing really in terms of a gain. But I waited kind of in a period throughout today where I felt like Tesla had a bit of a run up here, and I figured it might hit a bit of a resistance, so I decided to buy in. So this is, in my opinion, the best price that I could potentially get for today for Crash. It's a very small position, not a big position by any means, but I wanted some skin in the short game because we're seeing so many stocks and ETFs rise at such alarming rates right now that it's really putting a concern on me and my portfolio, because I do believe we're getting into bubbles. And I do believe Tesla's in a little bit of a bubble right now. Only time will tell. But I put my money where my mouth is, and I'm hopefully making a little bit of a decision here whether or not I do believe Tesla is going to go up or down. I do believe it's going to go down, but time will tell, and we will see from there. So with all that being said, one thing I could also mention is analyst expectations. On the high side, we have Tesla to go to $528. On the kind of average side, $278, and then on the low side, $116. So you could see here, Tesla price charts and ranges are all over the place, with the high being about $530, which is not far off of where we are right now, and the median being much lower than it is today. Do I believe Tesla is a $1.5 trillion company? Potentially, yeah. They have good financials. Do they represent a $1.5 trillion company? I don't personally think so, but nonetheless, they are a fantastic company. This is not a company that I want to short for the long term. I do believe that they're going to do much better than they are today in the long term, but for the current time being, I think their stock price chart has run up way too fast, too quick, and that's why I'm buying the short side of Tesla. So if that does sound good, and you are interested in more content like this and any future buys that I do make in my portfolio, because I'll update you guys as fast as possible. If you guys are subscribed, turn on your notifications. We're up to 6,613 subscribers. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. I hope it served you well. I hope it kind of gave you an idea of what I want to do with this position. I want to buy more if Tesla increases, and we'll just go from there. We'll play it from there, and I'll keep you guys posted. Currently 81% dividend yield, so not too bad for the portfolio. So if you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.